India versus Australia T20 series. Everyone thought that ODI में काफी लग गई है, so maybe T20 we won't be able to take it from Australia. But as per my prediction, which was 2-1, India has again done it. मैंने ODI में भी किया था. I said that Australia is going to win it 2-1. T20s I said India is going to win 2-1, and we did it. So what are your thoughts on? Uh, let's talk about what are your thoughts on the lineup that India played throughout these three games. There was little changes here and there, but main core team was something similar. And considering the T20 World Cup is around, so Sahil, what do you make of the squad, the T20 squad?
T20 squad, as you said, we are all level now. आज का match, if we keep it aside, we zoom out a little bit, the series are level. We are 3-3.
Right,
If you look at the entire series.
right,
So it's a good series to have. But talking about the T20 squad, I guess the biggest, and sad to say that Jadeja is not there in the series now, but the biggest positive for us was Vijender Chal, the man of the match for the first match, according to me. But it's been a good squad. I'm happy with the way Rahul has played. Rahul has been the vice captain, and he has shown what he can do. Similarly, we are all in awe for Virat Kohli. Textbook cricket shots. And one biggest achievement that I feel that India has for this series is that we didn't have Jasprit Bumrah,
right,
we didn't have Ravindra Jadeja, and yet with the likes of Natarajan, with the likes of Hardik Pandya, with the likes of Shardul Thakur, and with Washington Sundar, we achieved what we achieved, and it's a great feat to celebrate.
right. So considering how Australia played as well, before the series started, were you expecting India to win the series, or were you like, okay, no, maybe India has a 50% chance more than like a 70-80% chance to win the series?
I'll be honest, because Bumrah was not there, because Rohit Sharma was not there, like the core MI was missing. I was in a bit of a doubt that I thought it will either be 2-1, but on the Australian side.
Okay,
But credit to Natarajan here. Like if you saw today's match, Hardik Pandya won the man of the series, but he called Natarajan and shared the trophy with
yeah,
him. I was I was expecting that he'll do well, but he outperformed.
right,
Um, so he was a surprise for me. But definitely, if you ask me the prediction, I was looking for the Australian side 2-1.
right. Rishabh, what were you thinking of the series? I think you went for Australia, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. After the ODI series, I kind of, seeing how they performed in the ODI series, I didn't have high hopes for the T20 series. I thought again maybe we might win like a match, a solitary match, but everything else, I think will go the way of Australia. But credit well due. I think Kohli and his boys have done like really well in the first two games, even in the third game for that matter. We missed out by just like 12 runs. If Kohli was there till the end, I think 3-0 whitewash would have been easily, possible. Also, I'm really impressed with, how Hardik Pandya has matured. I think,
Right,
like, there's this whole change that you see, like a before and after, in terms of how he performs on the pitch. Even all like his off-field gestures, like sharing the trophy with Natarajan. That truly shows that Hardik Pandya believes, and I think the management believes that Pandya is now like a senior member of this Indian team,
right,
where he's mentoring young people, he's taking charge, he's taking on responsibility. So that was really great to see. And like Sahil mentioned, without Bumrah in the squad, our bowling has been pretty good. Bumrah is a gun bowler, we always turn to him if we need anything. But like watching Thakur, watching Natarajan, Chahar also for that matter. He was not his best, but still, good signs. Washington, Chahal, so all these guys. So I think bowling wise, really impressive. Pandya was impressive. Kohli again showing his class in Australia. Rahul has been good. Samson, I feel again, Samson, I'm disappointed. He got three chances, didn't really take anything. He was like aggressive. He showed that intent, but again like 10-15 runs in and then he lost his wicket
right,
cheaply. So that again, that number four spot is still up for grabs. No one has really picked it up. Samson was there, Iyer hasn't done well, Pandey got injured. So that again, that's like a worry, I think. Not a worry, but something that they need to look at before like the World Cup. And it'll be interesting to see if what the board decides. Who do you think, who like goes into that, slots into that number four position? So yeah, but good series overall. I'm surprised and happily surprised that we've done so well
Yeah.
when we won it. Yeah.
Talking about the name the number four slot for India. We left a certain Surya Kumar Yadav back in India. We didn't pick him for this tour. And maybe, just maybe, since he's played at number three and he was a low order batsman before, he could be the perfect fit at number four in not just T20s but ODIs as well. But since you're talking about T20s, we'll stick to the 2020 format for now. So, do you think that somewhere near the future or in the future series, whatever play, wherever we play, since it's barely 12 months away, the next T20 World Cup, do you think that Surya Kumar could come in and then fill in that role, which Sanju Samson hasn't been able to fill, or someone like Shreyas Iyer hasn't been able to fulfill his potential at that particular batting position? So, what do you think of this?
Uh, Firstly, what we are missing here is the hitman is not there,
Right,
right? So if we get hitman to open the innings, hitman with Dhawan, then let's say if we get Kohli, we still can have Rahul at four.
right,
He no doubt opens for Punjab in the IPL,
hmm,
but there is a still chance that we can get Rahul at four. I doubt even if we get Surya Kumar that he'll get his place. Because you won't ask Dhawan. There is a possibility that you can ask Dhawan not to open the innings or maybe not play.
yeah,
But then who will you get out? Like, Rohit is for sure opening the innings. You can ask Rahul to open. But if Shikhar is opening with Rohit, then it is Rahul at number four.
or number
Surya
five,
Kumar,
like ODIs.
exactly, like ODIs. But I doubt that he'll bat at five at least in T20s. Four maybe. I don't see Virat going lower down the order. Not four for sure. But Surya Kumar, I get he can get a place, but still it is hard for me to see him in the 11.
Right. Maybe in place of the number five batsman, maybe Shreyas Iyer, someone who, uh, who no doubt, like Rishabh said in the last podcast as well, where you cannot doubt his talent, but when it comes to performing when it matters, that's not really been seen of him of lately, at least. Especially the last series, also last tour that we went to New Zealand, India in ODIs wasn't that, good. They were just apart from KL Rahul, there was no other bright spot in the team. So, I mean, with that regards, do you feel that Shreyas Iyer needs to step up, or maybe Indian team, the board needs to try something else?
See, when I see T20 specifically, like even if you say number five spot, then number five is more like a semi finisher, yet someone who handles the middle order, right?
Right.
Now you will need there, you can get Surya Kumar Yadav, but you wouldn't leave Shreyas here
Yeah.
because he has handled Delhi Capitals very well, and you need a strong player in him. And if the fifth spot is gone, you wouldn't do musti with Hardik Pandya or Krunal Pandya for that matter. Let's not forget Krunal Pandya has a strong place in the squad. Surya Kumar Yadav, he can only grab the opening spot or worst case scenario the fourth spot.
Right.
Fifth, I doubt. I don't think Shreyas Iyer can give away his place. Sixth and seven are not there for the grabs. Surya Kumar maybe, but I don't think. And we also have Rishabh Pant, not to forget Rishabh Pant. We need a second wicket keeping option. Rahul is doing an exceptionally good job. But if I'm specifically talking about T20s here, fifth spot, if let's say the fifth spot is open, you would want Rishabh Pant to go there because he can come play like a finisher, or maybe you can ask Hardik Pandya to come up the order and ask Rishabh Pant to go at the sixth place.
Right.
Let's say we're looking 1 year into the future. It's the first game of the T20 World Cup. Who would you like to see open? Because see, personally, when I think about it, I don't doubt Dhawan as an opener. I think he's been exceptional, and more so in like ICC tournaments. But I feel like if you have someone like Rahul, it doesn't make sense to send him anywhere but opening. I think Rahul Rohit really works out, and Rahul has been phenomenal opening the innings in T20 games. So do you then tell someone like Dhawan that maybe it's time for you to sit games out now, and you start with Rahul Rohit, and then send in maybe your Skies, Ayers, Punts at like 4 or 5, whatever, or then do you stick with your tried and tested Shikhar, Rohit, Kohli at in the top three? What are your thoughts on that?
So firstly, what I realized is you'll see Dhawan doing well abroad, right? So if I just keep the T20 World Cup in mind, is the T20 World Cup in India?
Yeah,
Yes?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So if it's in India, right, which is in India, I don't think Dhawan is a good option there. I agree he does exceptionally well when it comes to ICC tournaments. But keeping just the IPL in mind, like the last IPL in mind, uh, yes, I would definitely go for Rohit Sharma with Rahul and then Virat Kohli. But we'll also, one positive thing that if I see specifically T20 World Cup, we'll have the IPL just before that.
Right.
So for Dhawan, it will become a very important tournament to just show everyone that he still has a chance, if he has a chance.
Yeah.
Or else I completely agree with you. It has to be Rohit Sharma, KL Rahul, Virat Kohli, and if possible, maybe Shreyas Iyer or Surya Kumar Yadav for fourth. Or else I don't know. I don't think Dhawan has enough time left. It's just the IPL that he has a chance
Right. So talking about the series, obviously when you uh, talk about the Australia losing and India winning, Australia had it straight when it came to the ODIs. They were playing much better cricket compared to India in terms of their bowling and fielding, especially. For this whole series, I think both Australia and India have their issues with fielding. But apart from that, what do you think really went wrong for Australia in this whole T20 series? Did they get this squad wrong, or were they just trying to rest key players who are going to play the Test series as well, and that's why they lost? Or do you think that there's a genuine problem in the T20 squad?
if you ask me, I guess it was the bowling for them. Uh, I guess Mitchell Stark was missing for the second and the third match,
Yeah,
and he is an exceptional player. Like when you look at the Dhawan's wicket in the first match, aha, spot on. That is something that you want to look at in a bowler. I guess Pat Cummins was missing. So that few key players that they are missing, you can call Stark, you can call Cummins. Finch was also not there in the second match.
right,
Warner.
So Warner is missing for sure. So there are few key players that they are missing. But India, I would only say Australia missed by a margin. Like I couldn't say that they did not perform well. They had their chances. Specifically, whenever I talk about fielding, they were exceptional when it comes to fielding. Like if I'm now comparing India and Australia,
right,
both had their chances. But I guess what cost India the series, especially the ODI and in a few parts of T20, was the fielding. Like specifically, if I'm talking about today's match, what India wanted to do was keep the fielding inside the rug. नहीं कोई देखे नहीं हम अपनी फील्डिंग डाल देते नीचे but then there you have two leg spinners coming for Australia and they did what they did and in today's match specifically I thought it was fielding that bothered India a lot and Steve Smith I guess dropped a catch as well
right.
but they have a lot of positives to look at. They have Maxwell, they have Andrew Tye today. So Australia I'm a bit more in favor of but India, I guess, to some extent, fielding is something that they should be more looking at.
Overall thoughts on this series. How happy are you? I mean, there's still time. I know that we as fans always look at the World Cup as an like a barometer. I mean, there's still time. There's 8, 9 months if I'm not wrong. But how happy are you with the squad, with the players, how they're performing in this format of the game, heading into this new year and heading closer to the World Cup?
If I talk about the T20 tournament, then yes, a good amount of positive right now. I really feel that Natarajan is the upcoming star. Like he can literally be the mirror to Jasprit Bumrah. Like on one end you have Jasprit Bumrah and on the other end you have Natarajan. India is missing on that left arm bowler. I don't think after Zahir Khan we have that bowler who has always, and maybe Ashish Nehra, we have that left arm bowler who's always good for India. And maybe Natarajan, I guess we can see that glimpse. So yes, Natarajan has been the biggest positive. Rahul, of course, has stood out for everyone. Hardik Pandya, yes, always something that we look forward to. Virat Kohli, no doubt. Hail King Kohli. The only thing that I'm concerned about, especially for the ODI series and T20, is the fielding. Like last year, it happened as well. This year, the entire series, like I've never seen Virat Kohli dropping two catches. The first match and the second match as well. And few of them were very simple. Like very easy to
Especially
say
the
from
last
this
one.
end.
Yeah.
Exactly. But this is not too many drop catches. Like I saw Chahal missing one, Hardik Pandya missing one. No doubt there were stunners as well. Samson took a stunner, Hardik Pandya took a stunner. But it said that catches win you matches. But fielding is something I'm really concerned. And this will reflect in the test matches as well. So something that I'm concerned of is the fielding. Something that I'm concerned of is the fourth spot. But something I'm really positive about is in Natarajan. B. Jasprit Bumrah, C. KL Rahul, and D. Hardik Pandya. So a good amount of positives to look at as well.
Right.
But I remember in one of these matches, the commentator was talking about how Kohli is dropping more of these easy catches than harder ones. Like you could, he could have to take a hard catch and he'll do that. But when it's an easy catch, there's always, there's a doubt when there's an easy catch that goes toward him where you're like, will he take that? So the commentator was, talking about how maybe the problem for Kohli is this, that he has too much time to think because of all these easy catches that are coming his way. He has too much time and he just doesn't translate that into like taking a proper catch. When it's like a hard catch, his whole focus is right there. So maybe that is something that he has to work on. That even though it's an easy catch, he can concentrate completely on taking it, even though he knows that it's coming my way. It's something that I can do. So I think that he has to like personally work on that. And I mean, knowing Kohli all these years, I don't think it's going to be a big problem for him to overcome this, or even for our Indian squad for that matter. Uh, the fitness has gotten better. Players have gotten more athletic. I think it's just about applying yourself more in the nets, and then all those ideas that you have, translate that onto the pitch, and I think will be good.
But it's also the confidence that I guess. I was thinking a lot of times when you take hard catches, you know that you have practiced them, you have that skill set. But sometimes there an easy catch that you that's coming towards you, you'll be like, "Ha, ye to main nahi lunga." But there you are. Because I was looking at Steven Smith and he dropped a catch as well. And you never see that happening. And it was a very easy catch to take. So maybe are we looking at overconfidence? Maybe yes. But as you said, it's King Kohli and it's Steven Smith in the end. They'll come back stronger.